Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today I want to talk about tableside manners, eating in American restaurants. And why I'm deciding to talk about this is actually I recently just came back from vacation visiting my parents in California, specifically Los Angeles, where there is a huge Chinese population and a lot of them are really just arrived. And so they carry with them a lot of their Chinese tradition. And as a pretty much American born and bred kid, I noticed the difference between how Chinese people normally eat and how Americans do it. So today there's a couple things that I want to talk to you guys about. So let's start off with you enter a restaurant, right? So generally Chinese students like to eat family style, where you guys, order a couple dishes between the several of you and you guys share everything together. However, generally that's not the case with most Americans. Even if they do family style, they prefer to have a serving utensil to portion out the dish, so your chopsticks or whatever eating utensil you're using isn't directly touching the plate of food because it's commonly shared. So generally when you go to an American restaurant to eat, when you order your food, you'll notice that you have your own plate. So you have your entree, which is some sort of protein, plus sides, which are vegetables, and then you guys might get an appetizer or something like that, where everything that you're eating for that night is already all on your plate and portioned out. Now that we covered about how ordering and how you guys will share the food, let's talk about during the actual process of eating. So something I noticed that a lot of Chinese people like to do is chew with their mouth open. So from my understanding, it is somewhat acceptable to do that in China. However, that's not so much the case here in the US. Chewing with your mouth open is considered to be actually a very rude form of tableside manners that you can do, because the sound of someone closing and opening their mouth over and over again while they're chewing on a piece of food can be at times very unappetizing. For those of you who just came here and who does have a tendency to chew with your mouth open, maybe be a little more self-conscious about how you eat when you're out in the public. So finally, we get to the end of the meal where you have to pay for the bill. Generally in Chinese culture, and I see my parents do this all the time, is one person will pay for the bill and they'll generally fight over it. However, here in the US, it is perfectly acceptable for you to split the bill between however many people that ate that day. That is also something that you can consider about. Don't think it that your new American friend is mad at you for whatever reason when he wants to split the bill with you. It's just something that we're taught as we were growing up. And finally, and this is I think my biggest pet peeve of all, is tipping. So growing up, my dad had a restaurant and I worked at his restaurant as a waiter. So where my wages, the money that I made, came from what other people gave me as I served them their food. So in Chinese culture, I understand that tipping is not customary at all. Normally it is included in the waiter or the waitress's monthly wage already. But in the US, a waiter or a waitress makes $2.75, I think, an hour. And the rest of the money comes from the gratuity that customers leave after closing out their bill. Generally, gratuity, in my personal opinion, should be 15%. That is if your service was average or whatnot. If it is really good, I would go up to 18, 20%. And if it's a smaller bill, I might even go up to 25%. But for Chinese students, I know a lot of them think, 5, 10%, that is enough. And tipping is obviously very voluntary. There is no one enforcing saying, hey, you should tip this much. But I'm just saying, if it's a restaurant that you're gonna frequent a lot, I will leave a really good tip, because they'll definitely remember you and you will get better service and treatment. Hopefully my advice today gave you guys some help. And so if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below and leave us a like. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.
本节目由续航教育友情赞助播出，续航，全美最强。